This lecture is about economic development in Western Europe and offshoots, again especially the United States, in the period from World War II through to the present. And there will be two main elements to the lecture. First of all, in the first three sections of the lecture, I'll give an overview of what I think are the three main phases, episodes in this period. Then in the other three sections, I'll address what I think are three major themes or background influences on economic development during this period from World War II through to the present. So the period after World War II began with a bang in Western Europe and offshoots. There was rapid rebuilding, reconstruction after World War II that extended into a period of high economic growth that lasted until the mid-1970s. This is a period that's often referred to as the Golden Age. High rates of technological improvement in the United States continued, and with economic and political stability in the aftermath of World War II, many countries in Europe were able to adopt these new technologies and thereby experience rapid economic growth. In the mid-1970s, that golden age came to a sudden end. Rates of economic growth slowed, and a new problem emerged for government policymakers dealing with having high unemployment and high inflation simultaneously. The dual problems of slower economic growth and problem of high unemployment and high inflation led to a search by policymakers for new approaches to policy making. And so in the 1980s and 1990s, new approaches to thinking about and making economic policy came about. For a time, there was a belief that, yet again we might say, that the problem of instability in capitalist market-based economies had been conquered. And the IT revolution led some to think that there was going to be a period of unprecedented economic growth. The 2000s put paid to both those hopes. And in particular, in this lecture, I'm going to concentrate on the global financial crisis, which put paid to the idea that instability in market-based capitalist economies had been conquered. The first of the three themes that I'll talk about as characterising this period was globalisation. So the period post-World War II saw gradual and then accelerating re-globalisation of the world economy. Countries again economically integrating together in a way that had been the case prior to World War I, but had then been disrupted by World War I, the Great Depression, and World War II. The second theme that I'll address is the greater role of government in the economy, and in particular the rise of what's known as the welfare state in the period after World War II. And the final topic that I'll talk about is the growth in female labour force participation in the period after World War II and the consequences of that happening. In the next section of the lecture, I'll begin on the first three phases of the period from World War II to the present, and I'm going to talk about the Golden Age.